Today on the Save It for Parts channel, we've got another interesting little gadget that I picked up at a surplus sale, a MobileDemand xTablet. Now, I don't actually know anything about this other than what you see here. This was the picture on the surplus auction, the description was just the product name, and yeah, that's about all I know. I think it looks really cool. It's got this little keyboard down here, it's got some hard-coded buttons on the side, a little touch screen with a pen. It's got some kind of a barcode reader or scanner here. It's got a little camera. I think it has 2 batteries, and then it has a variety of outputs, including VGA, USB. It's got a power input on the side here. It's got some more USB, and then it actually has the old 9-pin serial. Everything's covered in these little rubber protectors. It's got bumpers on the side. It looks pretty rugged. I think it might be at least partially waterproof. So yeah, this is a cool little kind of Cyberdeck thing. Now, it didn't come with a power supply, and there's really no info on this about what kind of power supply it needs. I did find an old manual on some abandoned MobileDemand website. This is one of those companies that lasted for probably like 6 months. All I could find about the power supply in the manual is connect the included power supply. Obviously, they spent all their money making it look cool and did 0 documentation. Now, fortunately, I did find one on eBay with a close-up photo of the power supply, so I know it's regular old 19-volt, 4-amp like every other laptop these days, so I can just use a standard laptop supply that I already have. So we've got it charged up and turned on, and it looks like it's got some kind of standard-ish BIOS on here, although it doesn't seem to have a boot sector. I'm not even sure if there's a hard drive in here. Now, the little keyboard is kind of funky here. It is a QWERTY keyboard, but it's like QWERT function keys UP. So it's split in half, I guess, so you can use it with your thumbs while you're carrying it around in your arm like a Fallout Pip-Boy or something. I don't really know. Even without booting up, some of these hardware buttons do some stuff, such as this one turns on the laser on the barcode reader. The little keyboard here doesn't actually seem to do anything, so maybe it has to boot up further before this is enabled. I don't know. As I said before, it appears to have 2 batteries, and I think these are hot swappables. So if I had more, I could have one charging, pull it out and swap it mid-use. I'm going to censor that out so no one steals my sweet, sweet Windows 7 product key. Alright, we've got our Wi-Fi card and no hard drive, or in this case it really looks like it's supposed to be an SSD. I don't think there's any room in here for a traditional spinning metal hard drive. Fortunately, I think I have a spare SSD around somewhere. We've got our tiny little BIOS screen here, so we can try to boot from a USB drive. And I actually have to find a USB drive small enough to work on this thing, because it does not seem to be able to boot off a modern 32 gig flash drive. Okay, we finally got Windows 7 to load, but we're having some issues with the screen resolution and our little touch calibration. So, since the resolution is off, the calibration is way off up towards the corners, and I can't actually click on anything to close it. So we're going to have to find all the right drivers for this thing. I did contact the original maker, MobileDemand, who has a different name now, and they said this thing is dead to them and they don't support it anymore, so I'm kind of on my own for finding anything that I need for this guy. Alright, so I'm downloading drivers and getting this all connected, getting Chrome on here. I've noticed that while the touchscreen works okay, it's actually a lot faster to just use the arrow keys and the enter and these hotkeys and whatnot, kind of like a game console. The little keyboard here does work, but it's really slow, and you have to kind of deliberately and slowly press each button. I can definitely see pluses and minuses to having all these physical keys all over the place. Alright, so we've got our weird little tablet working, we've got Windows installed, we've got all the drivers updated, we've got the screen resolution fixed, we've got the Wi-Fi working, all the important stuff. So now, what can we actually do with this thing? What is it useful for beyond a weird novelty? Well, the pen input seems to work, and we can definitely draw stuff on it, although it's not quite as good as those Wacom tablets or Wacom tablets. I'm sure somebody will complain no matter how I pronounce that. There's always some kind of phonics police on the YouTube comments. I guess I could browse YouTube on it, but I do that on all my tablets and devices, so it's not really necessary to have a whole nother gadget for it.
Hi, and welcome back to the Save It for Parts channel.
I can also install some utility programs on it and use the serial ports and USB for kind of a portable diagnostic tool and setup tool for things like my 3D printers and radio stuff. So some guy in the comments wanted to know if I could send him the firmware from my old plywood 3D printer here. Apparently that involves flipping it over, finding a little jumper pin like it's 1987. I'm not even finding a jumper in here to save my life. Even my hard drive collection is either too new or just doesn't have them on there. I did manage to extract one out of this hard drive, but then I dropped it in here somewhere, and I'll never see that again. All right, so we're using the MobileDemand to try to pull the firmware off of that printer bot. Yeah, I'm not actually sure how to upload from this thing. Alright, so this thing isn't actually very convenient as a mobile diagnostic tool. It's kind of heavy. I don't want to sit here holding it. I don't really have enough room on my workbench to put it down, and if I did, I'd just have a regular laptop. Plus, this Atmel flip thing isn't working. It's missing DLLs that it already has, so I'm going to give up on this 3D printer. I don't know how to get the firmware off it. It's actually a real hassle to download and install anything using the touch screen and this gimmicky keyboard. Like if you're typing in a URL, you have to go up here for the dot and then back down here and hold down Shift/. Yeah, the keyboard looks cool, but it's completely impractical to use. So another potential use for this gadget is field programming devices like mobile radios. I've got one here in my car that I use like a scanner to listen to police, fire, ham repeaters, etc. I've got another one in my boat over there which is still covered in a tarp, so we're not going to mess with that one right now, but we are going to do some programming on the car radio to fix an issue it had lately. So I've got my USB to serial cable. Now the screen on this guy is apparently some kind of reflective and transmissive, whatever that means. Basically it looks really good outside, even in direct sunlight, so it's just fine for use in the car here, or even outside if I was working on the boat. So we also have to load up our weird driver for the serial cable because Windows never recognizes these things. Alright, we're all set. So one more potential use for this tablet is diagnosing and installing my security cameras. I've got a variety of these IP cameras scattered around the house, and it's always handy to have a laptop or something with you to make sure they work, see where they're aimed, get everything set up before you go ahead and seal up the case. So our little MobileDemand tablet here is pretty fun, although in some respects it does seem a little bit like a toy in search of a purpose. I haven't found a really killer use case for it. It's definitely slightly more convenient than a real laptop in a few situations, but in other situations it's less convenient than a laptop because the screen resolution's pretty low and the processor isn't that fast, even compared to some of the antique laptops that I tend to use. That being said, it is still pretty cool. I'm definitely not going to get rid of it. I'm going to keep it around, use it for stuff like radios and cameras, and maybe I'll do some software-defined radio stuff on it. We'll have to see. It definitely has a cool Cyberdeck look and feel, so I appreciate that. It's kind of unfortunate that the company has abandoned it and won't release ISOs or drivers anymore. Honestly, I'm a little surprised this company still exists. I've never really heard of them. They're one of those fly-by-night places that presumably still make weird tablet hardware or something. Anyway, we're going to wrap up this video. If anyone out there has other ideas for stuff I can do with the MobileDemand xTablet T7200, please let me know in the comments. If you have a cool enough suggestion, maybe I'll try it out. Maybe it'll show up in a future video. You'll have to wait and see. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.